Congressman, you and I spoke back in May of 2023, and the topic of conversation was actually Hunter Biden. Again, back then, you and I spoke about the House Oversight Committee's investigation into the president's son, as well as the Biden family's business dealings. One of your colleagues earlier this week, Congressman Tim Burchett, told me that he expects President Biden to pardon more of his family members. Do you agree with him? Do you think that we're going to see more Biden family members pardoned?
He needs to pardon Jim Biden for sure. He needs to pardon his brother. After that, I don't think there's a lot of people that have culpability. The Oversight Committee did an incredible job investigating all the different financial transactions. And, I can assure you that the Department of Justice will be doing the same thing going forward. So it wouldn't surprise me one bit. The thing I'm upset about is that they're talking about pardoning the members of Congress that were engaged in the January 6th investigation. At the end of the day, the manner in which that committee conducted itself and the way that they leaked, they selectively leaked documents. I mean, it was a total abuse of power. I'm sure many laws were broken during that process. So, I mean, if President Biden's going to pardon a number of other people associated with that investigation, I mean, how low can they go? It would be a very sad day for this country. And I guess the other thing is we haven't talked about the scope of the pardon for Hunter. The scope of the pardon for Hunter was overly broad. And, it wasn't for crimes charged, indicted. It was for everything. So, I mean, I think that there's still going to be appropriate investigations to a number of those issues. And, I mean, we'll see where those facts lead. But I think the shocking part for me was not that he pardoned his son, not that President Biden pardoned his son, but the manner in which he did it and the degree to which he did it.
Let's talk about that scope, because it's a full and unconditional pardon. It covers 2014 to December 1st, 2024. And an expert told Politico that aside from the Nixon pardon, they've never seen a pardon this broad. What do you think that indicates?
The scope of his criminal activity. I mean, I think that the Department of Justice chased what they were allowed to chase. And I mean, I think there's a lot of stuff out there. I mean, some of the tax fraud that the Department of Justice allowed the statute of limitations to lapse. I mean, you just got a lot of different crimes that were not charged. I mean, he was a foreign agent and he was not registered. There's dozens and dozens of crimes. But this is the other thing. He was only pardoned for federal crimes. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of states attorneys general get involved. And I mean, that's what the Democrats would do. That's what we saw in New York. That's what we saw in Georgia. President Biden can only pardon federal crimes. State charges are still fair game. So we'll see what happens there.